Hey soapy folks, this is Kevin with Divinely Design and we have a soap video. I'm doing this for Amy's soap challenge. If you're not sure what that is, I'll have a link in the description below. I've done a couple of Amy's challenges in the past and then I haven't done one in a while. But this month she is doing the teardrop swirl, which is one I have actually been dying to try, actually. Now, I saw it originally on Sergio, I'm going to get his last name wrong, Masala, who is a soaper from Portugal, I think. He's on YouTube. But in Amy's challenge, she says there's another link from a soaper who did it originally, and I think that person's in China, I'm not really sure, but she has a link to that video on the challenge itself. You enter the challenge, a whole bunch of people enter, and then there's voting, and whoever gets the most votes wins a prize, typically that month, from a sponsor. I don't even remember what the sponsors are this month, I forget. But it's usually a gift certificate to somebody. Oh, I think it's Mad Oils, actually. I think the sponsor this month is Mad Oils. Anyway, so I'm not really doing it for the prize. I really want to do the swirl. So the concept is very easy. It's just mostly, it's like 90% one color, but you do a sort of a drizzle of colors in the very middle of the mold, and then you do it on the sides, and kind of do it in the middle, then on the sides, and you keep kind of doing that, and you end up with this teardrop shape in your soap itself. So we'll go over that. Let's go over the recipe. In my oils, 480 grams of olive oil pomace, 300 grams of coconut oil 76 degree, 240 grams of cocoa butter, 120 grams of rice bran oil, 60 grams of castor oil, 456 grams of water, 167 grams of lye. Let's take a look at colors. So for colors, the majority of the soap, I want to make a very light pink. I'm using pink chiffon from Mad Oils. For the raindrop shape in the middle, what I'd like to do is a very strong pink, white, and green. For that, I am using Voodoo Mica from Mad Oils, titanium dioxide from Bramble Berry, and this green is a combination of Maniacal pea mica from Mad Oils and neon green from TKB Trading. I wanted like a strong, very bright green, a strong pink, and white for my teardrop shape against a very pale kind of pink. I may add a little white to this pink chiffon to lighten it up a little bit, we'll see. For additives, about 2 tablespoons of sodium lactate and 2 tablespoons of aloe vera liquid. Those are both from Bramble Berry. The fragrance for this one is one of Bramble Berry's Spring 2016 collection. It's called Blooms and Berries, and it smells exactly like it sounds. It's floral, it's sweet, it's got a hint of like that zippy, tartness to it. It's really great. It's very strong. I poured this and my whole kitchen smells like this fragrance already. So I'm using 60 grams. You could use a lot more in this, but it's a pretty strong fragrance. So, okay, let's get the soaping. Okay, here we go. So my temperatures, my oils are right around 80. My lye water is around 70. I'm using the tall and skinny mold from American Soap Supplies. I don't know that if I think the videos that are out there use wider molds to do the teardrop. So I'm hoping that this tall and skinny mold will work well for this technique, because I don't think I've seen it from other people in a tall and skinny fashion. We'll see how it goes. You definitely do want a slow-moving recipe for this. I have not used this fragrance oil before. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to add my sodium lactate, my aloe vera liquid, And I'm going to add my fragrance. And let's give that a little blend, just to get things mixed a little bit. I'm doing that just to get the fragrance and the two little additives all nice and incorporated really nicely. And now we're going to add the lye water. I'm going to mix just for emulsification, not necessarily trace. Okay, now you don't need a lot of the accent colors. It's really very little. So I'm going to pour off not very much here. The first thing we're going to do is add a bunch of the base color to the bottom of the mold here. Let me see if I can get this well done. Okay. So maybe, I don't know, about an inch or so in the bottom. Maybe a little less than that. Okay. Now it's just repeating, almost like you were going to do a tiger swirl to start out with. So just little lines. Down the center, right on top of each other. It should be real thin, very small line. Okay, and then just repeat that a couple of times. It helps to have a nice steady hand. Now just keep doing this. Your line in the center will start to sort of spread out a little bit. But just keep doing really thin lines right down the middle, right on top of the last color, you know, the color that you just did. Okay, I think I'm going to do one more of each. But you don't want it to spread out all the way to the sides. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to divide my main color here in half. And you want to pour on both sides of your middle line at the same time. Okay, so you want to try and keep that nice and even. Now I got a lot on my sides here, but it shouldn't matter that much. You want to keep, again, try and keep that middle nice and straight. I'm going to go back and pour some more lines here. Now it's starting to thicken up a little bit. So I'm probably going to do just 1 or 2 lines here. Yeah, I think this is all I'm going to do because I want to keep some color for the top too. Okay, so now it's kind of thick. I probably could get away with pouring on one side. And then pouring on the other. It's definitely thickening up on me, so I'm going to try and move a little faster here. So what you're trying to do is get the sides to push up that middle section as you go along to make it sort of thinner. And this batter may be too thick. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to achieve the actual teardrop shape that I'm looking for. You know, it's always a good idea when you're trying a new technique like this to use a fragrance that you know is slow moving, but I almost never listen to my own advice. I love trying new fragrances, so I don't know. There's so many yummy fragrances out there, so many nice colors to try. And if this one doesn't work, I can always try again. Okay, I think I'm just going to add the rest of my pink. On top here. And let's do a few thin lines if I can. Let me give this another stir here. Sometimes if you give them a stir, it loosens them up a little bit. And let's do a swirl. I'm just going to go back and forth. Okay. I think that is it. See if we get a nice close-up here. And I'm going to put this in the fridge and let it set. It's kind of it's late, so I probably let it sit overnight, and then take it out in the morning. Let it sit through the course of the day, just to sort of come back to room temperature, and then cut it tomorrow evening. So, all right, stick around. After the break should be the cutting. Okay, here we go with the cutting. I just don't think I achieved the teardrop. Oh, and I want to show, so this was Mad Oil's Pink Chiffon. So it is very light. So I'll try to get that there. It's not really pink. It has more of a peachy color to it, or maybe like a really light sort of salmon-y color. And so it's not quite the shade I was looking for. Now, I didn't use a whole lot, so maybe I should have used a little bit more, and that was the first time I've ever used that mica. All right, here we go. It is just about 24 hours old, and it sat in the fridge overnight, and then has been on the counter for several hours, so it's room temperature. Still feels a little soft though. All right, here we go. So, first one, meh, not great. That's a little better. Sorry, I'm doing this at night, and so I had to put up lights, and so I'm hoping this color is okay. Not getting a little bit better. If I can correct that color there. Yeah, this is not great. not terrible, but not great. You know, I think that one's a little bit better. I think I really needed my batter to stay very fluid, and it started to thicken up toward the end there. So I think that really affected, you know, how that looked. These aren't terrible, but oh, I should mention that they smell fantastic. This Blooms and Berries, it smells so good. Okay. All right, so some of the ones in the middle are not terrible, but, you know, like this one's not horrible, but, you know, ideally this little piece should kind of go way up to the top there. So, but, you know, for the first time, I'm not super horrified by it. I like that I did get the different layers of colors you can see in there. So, okay, that is it. Comments, questions, leave them below. Like, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff, and check back here for more soapy and crafty videos. Thanks, everyone. See you all later. Have a great weekend.